Welcome back to another episode of Girl Overdose. So in the previous episode, we got basically a full-on backstory for Lollipop, right? And how she came to be the Lollipop that we know nowadays, right? We got to see some performances. It was really interesting. The entire finale, or I guess ending of the episode, was so fun, right? But yeah, it was a really cool episode, right? It was a really cool one, but let's see where it goes from there. So if you want to watch this uncut and blurred, as well as on my Patreon in the description, let's go into Girl Overdose episode 6. What are we doing here? Michka, is that her name? Is it symbolizing blood? It is, right? You can see the cuts. Cast tube. It almost feels like a doll, doesn't it? And like dressing up a doll and stuff. I think that's the intention. Oh. No, then count to 10. That's an interesting opening. I guess it's gonna be a Michka episode, huh? Yeah, it feels like it's almost like a dressing up a doll, isn't it? Everyone's doing everything for her. Everyone's dressing her up, as opposed to her dressing herself up, right? Trinity Cycle. Oh, Marilyn Manson. Ha! That was a belief for a long time, wasn't it? The Antichrist. Marilyn Manson. What the? We saw this. In the hands. Or the cuts. Dude. It's so creative. I love the way that it's done, man. I really want to see behind the scenes, like the staff, what they, like how they thought about certain shots and like how they, why they decided to do them in a certain way, like this one and stuff. I really want to see someone talk about this, like a part of the staff talk about this, like the director or something. That'd be really cool. Because you gotta care a lot about your series to get this creative with it, you know? Hmm. That's cool. That's cool. Huh. Here she is. Oh. Dude. Is that Marie? Oh, it's Lollipop. And Cleopatra, I see. Okay, I can see that. Mm. Oh, look at this. Dude. Look at Kasha in the back there. Oh, this is before she dyed her hair. It is very different, yeah. Oof. Yeah. Akira Kurosawa? They're listing. Whoa. They're listing huge names here, huh? The biggest names in the industries. Mmm. Oh, interesting interpretations here. Oh. Banger of a song. This might be one of the trippiest and most creative shows that I've seen, man. It's so cool. Every single shot is so visually interesting and different from the previous one. And you can tell that it was done with intent. I would really love to hear someone's breakdown of it, like a staff member's breakdown of it. It would be so cool. Oh. Look at this. Oh. Utter devastation. What did that say? Oh, B-A. I thought it said AI for a second. I was like, why does it say AI? It says A1, I think. And B1. Mmm. Oof. All the bandages. Yeah, that's a... Yeah, that's a crash out, bro. I'm guessing that's her mom. That's not how you handle this, mom. it's a really interesting thing that they're tackling here, right? Obviously, the entire obsession with like the beauty standard arising because of the online online state that currently is happening, right? With all of the filters, with everyone looking so good online, that everyone has such a higher standard, holds themselves to such a higher standard, and thinks, oh, if I don't look as good as them online that I see every single day, then I'm ugly, right? I feel like it's a very real phenomenon. It's really interesting that they're tackling it here.
あいつらと同じ。どんな気分だった？あなたならたどり着ける。リトは美しいとはどういうことか。こんな醜い姿じゃ終われない。私は完成されることだと思う。人間は自身の死をもって完成する。その瞬間にどれだけ可憐で目を奪われるような赤いバラのように終わることができるか。リトはそれは最も綺麗だと感じてしまったもの。客観的な美醜ではない。たとえ他者からどんなに醜く見えても、いびつであっても、それが美しく見えてしまう感性は誰にも邪魔できない。
Dude, this is...
私が一番美しく、心も奪われてしまったもの。少女が死んで永遠になる瞬間。
What an insane episode.
麗だったよ道が。
待っててね。今ミチカに似合うとっておきのドレスを作ってあげるから。
私にはその乱れたお洋服が一番素敵に見えるけどね。
私もロリポップにお似合いのプレゼントを用意してきたの。110時。キリストが貼り付けにされた証。
Antichrist.
世界での反逆者にはぴったりでしょ。いつかあなたは神をも殺す日が来る。
Very edgy.
なら私はユダか。イスカリオ
Wow.
テのユダ。ミチカは本当に綺麗なものを知っているな。ほら、ドレスができたぞ。
やっぱり似合うな。まるでお人形だ。
Yep.
美しいってどういうことだと思う？神への挑戦かな。構造物が好きだ。人間が少しでも神の高みへ登り詰めるため高く高く積み上げた建築物が、昔の人間たちが生涯と芸術性の全てを捧げた文化を愛している。その精神性を美しく思う。
Whoa, she looks so different with this outfit and this
ア
makeup.
クセサリーも同様に。
Wow. That was an insane episode. So yeah, this is a really interesting episode here. Obviously the message around it really prevalent right nowadays, has been prevalent for a while. I feel like actually forever, probably, at least in the history of like entertainment that we know, at least modern entertainment, right? Body dysmorphia because of the beauty standard has always been a very big issue, but I feel like it's, I don't know, maybe it's just because of how exposed we are to it. I don't know the statistics behind it, but it does feel like it's always rising and rising and rising. But as I said, it could just be because of our exposure being way bigger to it as well. So either way, it's a very prevalent issue, right? And them talking about it here is really interesting about, well, how do you define what beauty even is? How do you achieve it, right? What striving for only beauty can, you know, what kind of problems it can bring to you, to your life, right? If you're too obsessed with it. Really interesting stuff, right? Also, how do you go about achieving that beauty, right? What do you do with that beauty? Why do you want to be that beautiful? All of those things, right? Really interesting. How do you preserve it, right? Her talking about how she wants to be beautiful, like she wants to do stuff now that she is at the age where she's most beautiful, and then exit after it, right? And she thinks that the most beautiful part of life is death, right? Very interesting stuff, right? Very interesting stuff. Also like how different people, yeah, as I said earlier, have like different views of what it means to be beautiful and stuff. I think it was a cool episode, right? Also really creative one. Once again, like we got some real life shots, we got some really cool stuff of like with the imagery or the actual gallery and stuff that we saw. That was really cool, right? Even comparing, you know, herself or themselves to like Judas and you know, the Antichrist, all of those things. It's cool. It's really cool. As I said, I would love to hear someone that is actually working on this anime and just talk about it, because you can tell that there was so much thought put into everything here, right? There's no way you would include all of those shots and like just, you wouldn't make it this chaotic and insane if you didn't really care about it, right? And want to say something with it. So I would love to see the staff members actually talk about it, because I feel like it would be really cool to pick their brain about why they decided to put certain shots in and stuff, because I think it's really cool to watch. But you know what? Really fun episode. Yeah, got a bit more characterization for Michika as well, right? Who has been obviously the most silent out of all of them. But it also feels like as Kache's friend, she's been very much prevalent in the entire show so far. So yeah, but anyways, for now, I'm gonna end it here. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.